Mark Stadium just outside of Buffalo, New York. Today we hit double digits, week 10, and we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the San Francisco 49ers taking on the Buffalo Bills.
Joshua Carty to kick off.
The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports.
The Niners take over first and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Go ahead.
On the ground, this is Joe Mixon. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down. And, Charles, you wonder about this defense coming in. I mean, look, it's no secret they're playing a team that's down on its luck right now. Losers of 5 straight. How does that change how you prepare for a game?
Well, to me, the first thought is you just get after them early, right? Take away any chance of them building any confidence. And the second thing is you prepare a little bit differently. You got to expect this team to take chances, go for it on 3rd and 4th downs, run a lot of trick plays, anything to try and break their losing streak. So you must stay alert and stay aware.
Out of the gun on 3rd down, here's Tua. This goes out wide for Mixon. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They'll get 17 on that one, and the Niners have a first down.
Well, he was a busy man out of the backfield a week ago. They got him the ball early and often. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well.
Tua going to throw. And the pressure gets there, and Tua is going to be taken down. It'll be a loss of 10, and it'll bring up second.
44, ready. 20, TX.
Tua sets up to pass it. And this one is incomplete. Look at this Buffalo defense. They're going to need to be strong against the run in this one.
And that's been an Achilles heel for them all season long, being able to play against the run, being able to slow teams down. But it's not just that. When you give up big chunks of yardage in the running game, it also opens up the passing options for the team you're playing as well. So typically, when you don't play the run well, you're getting hit in all phases.
Let's go. 21G, 21G. Whoa.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That is caught. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion.
At the 46-yard line.
Mixon with a first down carry. Down to the 42, second down.
I feel like I can see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Here's Tagovailoa to throw. That is caught by Dell. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
Despite writing it down on my notes, I never give enough credit to the offensive line, and we have to here. The protection, that's what made this play a success. Quarterback had to wait for his crossing route to develop.
And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. Joe Mixon hitting double digits with his 10th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Niners have taken the early lead on the road here in Buffalo. The point after through the raindrops up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. The 49ers ready to kick it away, and here we go. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
The Bills take over first and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
Looking to put a drive together. On the run, this is J.K. Dobbins. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. Second down.
All runners count on their eyes to find the gaps and creases, to find open space. There was absolutely none on that one. Totally swallowed up on that play.
Panther 60, Panther 60.
Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Now it's 2nd and 10.
Here we go. Start. Check out.
Open man right side. That's McConkey. Down the right sideline. And all the way down to the 25-yard line. A huge play there on the screen pass. 44 yards.
It's early, but announcer cliche alert here. Big players make big plays. Should I say in big games too? Oh, what the heck. And this defense, they're going to have to find some way to slow him down as this game goes on, because when this combination is going good, they can tear your secondary apart.
Now Fields. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. The Bills at 4-5, a game under 500. And they come into this one knowing it's been a while since they've had a W. They have dropped 4 in a row.
Let me tell you, when you go a month, partner, in this league, without a victory, it gets tough to come to work every day. And in addition, you start to wonder about your job security as well. That play call wasn't there for them against that coverage. So they're going to spin the dial now in their playbook and come up with one more shot at the marker to try and keep this series going.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. 1st and goal, and a chance to get that initial touchdown right back. Fields going to get this one out on the perimeter. 3 yards is the gain that time. 2nd and goal.
A gain of 3. Brings up 2nd and goal at the 1 yard.
Dobbins. And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
Not only was that a terrific play, but that loss of yardage they created this close to their own goal line, that gives them a little breathing room now as they move them back.
And they're breathing fire a little bit right now, aren't they?
A lot of confidence being shown by them at this point of the game.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. Ready.
To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
When you see those RPOs run, you need the first man to attack and be a disruptor. And on that play, he closed down fast and helped knock it away.
And no hesitation about this decision here. Confidently, they're going to go for this. 4th and goal from the 3. They snap it to Fields. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. An incompletion there on 4th and goal from the 3. And this 49er defense stands tall down near the goal line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they'll be looking to make this a 2-score advantage. Had the touchdown on their first drive, Charles. Hey, they can get up 2 scores here on the road. That's a heck of a start.
And not only have they thought about it, I wonder if they visualized it. I remember playing, and they used to turn the lights out in our meeting room and run through a situation like this and say, just think about what it would be like to be up on the road and take the crowd out of it. Maybe they did some of that.
Just need a yard here. 2nd and 1. Mixing up the middle. And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 15. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
First and 10 at the 15-yard line.
Now Tua. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
Solo left Zion. Solo left Zion. Out.
From the gun, it's Tua. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Cole Kmet. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. First time they've hooked up here. Good for 17 and a first down.
First and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Throwing now is Tagovailoa. A quick throw there is incomplete. Cole Kmet, the intended receiver. That'll bring up second down. You look at this defense. They enter play one from the bottom, number 31 in the league, Charles, against the run.
For some defensive fronts, playing the run is not the priority. It's playing the pass, right? They get upfield, they rush the passer, and sometimes neglect stopping the run. That's something that they have to work on, reverse a little bit. Make sure you play the run on your way back to the quarterback.
It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first.
Solo left Zion.
Tua setting up shop to throw again. Pass thrown right back to Joe Mixon. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down. Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. It'll be a 44-yard punt. The return goes for 8. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They've got some stuff to build on from that last drive because they moved the football, CD, and then they tried to go for it on 4th down, didn't convert, probably left a bitter taste in their mouths.
I would say so, and I think that they go out in this series determined for that not to happen again. In fact, they don't want to get to a 4th down opportunity. They just want to make sure they get it done within the parameters that they've set for themselves. Run their offense, get it into the end zone. Yeah, I think a little bit of determination and a dash of anger.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
End result of that one, a nice 4-yard gain. So you can use that to set up your play-action game, or you can come right back and continue to run the football because as an offensive play caller, you're on schedule and feeling pretty good about your next couple of calls.
Now this one finds McConkey. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 32-yard line. 23 yards the pickup there. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
60 Bison, 60 Bison.
They'll fake the handoff, now Fields. Ed Oliver, that time the one to get in there and bring him down.
A loss of 5 brings up 2nd and 15 at the 37-yard line.
Here we go, here we go. Cowboy 80.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now in Buffalo. It's the Bills in control of the football as they've got it facing a 2nd and long situation.
On the ready. 60, let's go. 60 Eagles, 19 Lions. Dragon.
From the gun, here's Fields. That's complete to his running back, J.K. Dobbins. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. J.K. Dobbins with career touchdown number 75. And the Bills are an extra point away from evening this one up. Point after here coming up. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2.
The game at 7. Joshua Carty to kick off.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Not a huge carry there on 1st down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
From the 24 now, here's 2nd down and 7. Looking to pass. Tua. Looking middle, and that's complete. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
From the gun to give to Mixon. It's a pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 44-yard line. And this is going to be intercepted. And the Bills will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line.
The Bills take over 1st and 10 at their own 43-yard line.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. They'll start in excellent field position following the INT. Fields now to throw. That'll be complete to Dobbins. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a 1st down. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
10 at the 26-yard line.
Warriors 70. Ready.
Back to throw. Fields. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. A great play there with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Bills have taken the lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 14-7.
Bills 14, 49ers 7. Joshua Carty to kick off.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Oh, a danger. And I think the ball's out. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. Well, this hasn't been their cleanest first half of football. Last thing they wanted to do was give it up to the opposition, but able to keep it as it goes out of bounds.
Yeah, tough first half, no doubt about it. But if they turn it over there, Now things turn a little, how would you say it, dire, and they didn't need that hassle at all. So being able to take care of the football is paramount. Fortunate bounce for them there in order to retain it.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
Back to Mixon on second down. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming.
I thought he did a nice job there setting an edge and making sure nothing could get to the outside. But he decided that wasn't enough for him. Worked his way back inside and made the tackle on the ball carrier.
Going to the air, Tagovailoa. Hit as he throws there, incomplete. So after 3 drives and 3 touchdowns combined between these two clubs, finally we get a defensive stop.
Yes, and welcome to the party, defensive players, and glad to have you, because for a while there, it almost felt like it was 11 going downfield on air. Okay, so to be able to have someone come up, make a stop, now we got a football game going.
It's a 42-yard punt. They keep him to just a yard on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Now their last 2 drives, both ending in touchdowns. It's got them this 14-7 lead.
And it looks to me, and I think you're probably seeing the exact same thing, they're in an ideal spot now to create some separation. The way that they're functioning on offense now, they can create a pretty good gap. Allows their defense to play with a little more verve and confidence.
That big article in the paper this morning about them stringing possessions together for consecutive touchdowns. Well, right here they're trying to make it 3 in a row. Now Dobbins again on second down. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 14 yards, and the Bills will get a new set of downs. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Here we go, set. 19 Tiger, 19 Tiger. 60 Maverick, 60 Maverick. 70 Ranger, 70 Ranger. Panther 11, Panther 11. Trap 60, trap 60. 19 tight, 19 tight. Ready?
Fields. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. They'll run up the gut with Dobbins. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
79 Broncos, let's go. 60 Eagles, 60 Eagles. Say, hurt. Pioneer. Ready.
Here's Fields. Now he'll take this and run. Fields, such an athletic quarterback, gets him the 1st.
Well, here's your first example of how this guy can beat you in more ways than one, because they took away his arm, but he was more than happy to dissect them with his legs for that 1st down pickup.
Panther 60, Panther 60. 19 Lions. Go Street. Warriors 70.
We've hit the 2-minute mark in the 2nd quarter, 14-7. Out of the gun, Fields. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Let's go now. 60 by 6. Cup 19. Cup 19. Ready?
Off play action. Fields. Throw caught by Flowers. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 22-yard line. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down.
First and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Come on. Set. Cougar 19. Let go.
They go back to the ground with Dobbins. 40 yards rushing for him now to this point.
And when you get good yards like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
Second down and 4.
Hawk 70. Hawk 70. 18 Rattler. 18 Rattler. Ready?
Now it's Fields. To the left side, he's got McConkey. And the Bills are going to be set up with a first and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, you just need the tip of the ball to cross the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with first and goal.
Panther 60. Panther 50.
They'll run with Dobbins. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Buffalo. J.K. Dobbins with his second touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Bills will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now 21-7.
Bills 21, 49ers 7. Joshua Carty to kick off.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
At their own 20-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Well, not much time remains here in this first half. We'll see if they can get something out of this drive, at least. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. Down to the 10. Touchdown, 49ers. Tank Dell, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Niners get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point splits the uprights. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. The 49ers ready to kick it away, and here we go. And they'll opt not to return this, but since the ball did hit in the landing zone, this will come out to the 20.
Ready, break.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And with a 7-point lead, they'll likely look to take this to the locker room and not really press the issue. Well, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
It's always tough trying to keep your guy upright when he's trying to throw the football. When you're dealing with those big, bad guys on the defensive front, it's even tougher. And this time, those guys on the opposite side won the battle, getting to the quarterback and knocking him into an incompletion.
They'll try again from the 20 on 2nd and 10.
Ready? 19, 70, 60 Maverick, 60 Maverick.
A shotgun snap, Fields. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
This is certainly a team that has proven it likes to target its backs through the air, and defensively, they were aware of that and certainly were prepared on that throw.
Let's go now. 70 Lions. Ready?
To throw is Fields. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. 4th down, Corliss Waitman now on to punt. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Taking it about the 16. So a good punt there, but a very strong 14-yard return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out.
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And a potential turning point as they'll get the football in very good field position late in this first half.
The Bills take over 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Go! 60.
Here's Fields. And incomplete on the deep ball.
That incompletion certainly slows things down a little bit and brings up a very important call for 2nd and long. What do? Run and try and get some yardage and make it 3rd and manageable? Or challenge the coverage again, hoping for a bigger gain?
Here's 2nd and 10.
Come on. Mustang Knight, Cowboy 80.
A final shot before the break. Fields. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the 2nd quarter. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half.
60 Eagles, 60 Eagles. Go.
A final shot before break. Fields. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, 2nd year in the NFL. And I don't know if last year as a rookie, if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that. So he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the 2nd-year quarterback.
Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the 2nd half. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
First and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line can play a little bit better. I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation and pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Dragon 6, ready, take up.
Play action. It's Fields. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. Gregory Rousseau able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. They need 18 yards here on 3rd down.
Rig alert, rig alert. Panther 60, Panther 60. 60 Maverick, 60 Maverick. 18, pioneer. Ready.
Now Fields. Here's a diving catch right side. They wind up getting 16, but even that's not quite enough. It's 4th down.
I felt that one all the way up here. How about that big man laying out and making that catch?
Yeah, that wasn't a 180-pound wideout. That was the tight end. The Bills send the punter out as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. This is taken around the 12. Very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for the 2nd half.
25 yards that time.
And this is what they're going to need more of. It's the 3rd quarter. You're trailing. You've got to come out with a renewed sense of purpose, and that's a nice way to kick off the drive with good yardage and a 1st down.
Here's Tagovailoa to throw. That is caught by Dell. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. 24 yards the gain there. Another 1st down as well.
24-yard gain on the play. 1st down, San Francisco.
Tua going to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
And again, it's Tagovailoa. This goes out wide from Mixon. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a 1st and goal.
1st and goal, San Francisco.
They'll give it to Mixon. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Joe Mixon, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the 49ers have got it back to within a score. That's the score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up.
And now it's blocked. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but the other team doesn't get it. That's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. The third quarter has not been kind to them. After they built that lead at intermission, they've seen that lead shrink.
And how much of that is simply execution? How much of that is maybe you lose your edge a little bit because you've got a lead? And you do have to credit the other team some because they've made some adjustments to start to slow them down. Can they find those counters now, those extra plays or plays they haven't run that'll be effective and get them back moving again?
They'll be looking for something here, anything to seize that momentum back.
Ready?
Throwing again on second down. Fields. They set up the screen for Dobbins. They get 7 there on the screen. It'll set up a third down.
And they've used him in the passing game to great effect so far. Here they get it to him again on the screen, and it turns into a nice positive play.
Here we go. Set. Set. Cup 19. Cup 19. 70 Rangers. 70 Rangers. Ready, ready?
From the gun on third down, Fields. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Bills first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Looking middle, and he finds McMillan. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
That's another Bills first down. First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is first and 10 at the 46.
60 Vikings. 60 Vikings. 18. Pioneers. Mustang 19. Hey, Smith. 19 tight. 19 tight. Go.
Again, Fields. Oh, a first mistake for him in the ball game as it's intercepted. And the 49ers are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
A good job in coverage there. They took away his top read on the play, so he went through his progressions and ended up settling on his running back who scored on their last possession, but the coverage held. It goes incomplete.
We're in the third quarter in upstate New York with a 2nd and 10.
Solo left Zion.
Tagovailoa working out of the gun. Over the middle, and that's caught by Kmet. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
And the 49er first
21G,
down.
21G. 44, ready. 20, TX, ready. Turbo 1, 8.
Looking to pass. Tua. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Part of what we're seeing so far is a defense that's certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's third down. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. Now Tua. The pressure gets there, and Tua's going to be taken down. And the defense coming through on third down, a loss of 7 to bring up fourth. Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. A 40-yard punt, 1 yard on the return. And the Bills will be backed up to start the drive. They'll have it 1st and 10. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Not an ideal way to end their previous drive. They threw the interception, Charles, after they had built up some momentum. They were moving the football, but something to at least build on for this offense as they run back out here.
Yeah, you're right about that. Up until that last play, everything was working pretty well for this offense, gaining chunks of yardage, getting first downs, really making a push for the end zone, and looked like they had a nice rhythm going. Now you got to have a short memory here. Don't focus on the interception. Focus on what came before it and get back to it.
I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I'll tell you what, this defense hasn't played its best, but they're still right in this football game. And if they keep making plays just like that, they're going to give their offense a chance.
Come on. Ready?
Fields now to throw. And he rifles one incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the 3rd quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
Back to throw, Fields. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
And that's a really good job there defensively. They went into this possession knowing that they needed to get a stop. They're in a tight ball game, and they got it done. Great work to force the 3 and out. Got the football right back for their offense. They've got to go to the sidelines feeling pretty good about themselves and encouraging their offensive mates to get some points.
1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive.
Ready.
The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that can put your team in some jeopardy?
Back to Mixon on 2nd down. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And Mixon not going to get there. Running into a wall here, and they'll stop him short. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. And now the Bills are going to stop it as they call a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn 1 here in this 3rd quarter. Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Wester on the return. They'll get 9 yards on the return there following a punt of 42. And they will take over 1st and 10.
At their own 39-yard line.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive.
Ready?
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. We have played 3 quarters. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Buffalo. It's the Bills with a lead and the football here to begin the fourth quarter. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. On the counter now, it's Dobbins. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. And it's 2nd down.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7. As the 49ers,
Snap will come from the 31 on 2nd and 7. Back to throw. Fields. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down.
But he'll definitely say that that's one he should have held on to. But when you're playing in elements like this, sometimes those bullet passes, those ones with a little bit of pace on them, they can be difficult to hold on to.
Cougar 19. 60 Maverick. 60 Maverick. Ready, ready.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields. That is incomplete.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
48-yard attempt.
And this one is right down the middle. So after 4 touchdowns in the game for this offense, this time they're forced into taking the 3.
But you did mention 4 touchdowns, right? So 4 out of 5, not too bad. I think that's a pretty good record for them.
And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And the complexion of this one has changed a fair amount. That last field goal made it a 2-score game, so they need to get points out of this drive relatively quickly. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. Tua sets up to pass it. Open man is Kmet, the tight end. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. A gain there of 21 yards.
A gain of 21 yards. 1st down.
Here's Tua. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Incomplete. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 40-yard line.
From the gun, it's Tua. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Kmet. And he's got a 1st down as the tackle made at the Bills' 44-yard line. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs.
1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Tua to throw again. And again back to Kmet. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. He's been a one-man wrecking crew these last couple of plays. This time 18 more and a 1st down.
18 on the play. 1st down, San Francisco.
Hey, ready. Let's go. 20, TX. Hey, 21, TX.
Going to the air, Tagovailoa. Throw over the middle is taken in by Dell. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco.
49ers.
Tank Dell with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Niners have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth. The two are going to try and throw for it. That's caught. And this is caught. So they took a chance, but they are back within a single point here in the fourth. The 49ers ready to kick it away, and here we go. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
Over first and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. That last touchdown has made this really tight. They're clinging now to this slim lead. Second half, they only have a field goal. This offense needs to kick it into gear.
And right now, I'm looking directly at the field general, at the quarterback, because to me, he's got to take over right now. By word, pumping his team up, and then, of course, by deed with his play. My high school coach used to say that all the time. Laddie, take over by word and deed.
And deed means action.
Exactly.
19 seconds.
Now it's Fields. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down.
Oh, nice defensive effort there, providing the hit as the ball got to the receiver, separates him from the catch, and normally he's a sure-handed target.
Cowboy 80, Dragon 60.
To throw is Fields. Oh, a heck of an effort there as he'll make the diving catch. 14 yards, and the Bills have yet a new set of downs.
And that certainly appears to be a critical conversion right there, because not only do they keep the drive going, they take valuable time off the clock as well. They have to feel really good about that last completion.
A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. 2nd and 10.
60 Maverick. Come on. Set. Bronco, let's go.
Here's Fields. He's got the hook up downfield to McConkey. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Lad McConkey, 56 yards. And the Bills use the big play to extend their fourth quarter lead. Extra point right down the middle. And his guys will take a 10-point lead.
Bills 38, 49ers 28. Joshua Carty to kick off.
Here's the Bills kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. Powering his way forward. And not much doing on the return. Good coverage there. Going to stop him in his tracks at the 15-yard line. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Well, that last touchdown we just saw, what an important one. Now it's back to a 2-score deficit for this crew as they take the field here, and they are in desperate need of finding the end zone.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
To a fast pass outside complete. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. A few moving pieces on that play because that was an RPO, was it not?
It was, but one important piece that didn't move incorrectly, the offensive line. Because when you're running this play, as he continued down the line of scrimmage, sometimes the lineman can wander downfield. If you're more than a yard downfield, it's illegal to throw the football at that point. But they held their ground, held their spot, and turned it into a nice game.
49er first down.
21G, you're right
It's
here.
a gain of 25 yards.
Hey,
And a 49er first down.
Tua going to throw. And that's going to be incomplete.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And he is down at the 48. A pickup of 4 that started at 148-yard line and ended at the other. This offense so far on 3rd down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This will be 3rd and 6. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
Solo left. 21G.
4th down, 4th quarter. Here's Tua. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with the football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Niners go for it, but it doesn't work out. And the Bills are going to take over in excellent field position.
Here we go. Go.
A give up the middle to Dobbins. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. 54 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. Here's a 2nd and 3 now from the 33.
Get it. Hawk 7, Mustang 19.
Fields. He'll swing this out to Dobbins. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. J.K. Dobbins, 33 yards. And the Bills look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17.
49ers 28. Joshua Carty to kick off.
Here's the Bills kickoff unit out as they will send this one away. And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. And they take him down. The Bills get to him. They push him back 8 yards that time on 2nd down. We'll see where they go for this play call. Obviously tough in this spot, backed up. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. They're going for it. Here's Tua with it. It got his man complete. And he is going to have a 49ers first down on what will be a big play there on 4th and long.
Well, give them credit. They're going to stay and fight this out to the end. 4th down, you've got to go for it. And they not only convert, but pick up some good yardage as well.
They'll look to throw here on first down. He's going to try and go deep again. And this is caught inside the 5. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Mixon is in. Touchdown, 49ers. Well, 4th quarter touchdown there. Back to a 2-score game, but time is not their ally.
No, it's not, partner. They still have a pulse, but it's probably a little weak right now. A lot of things have to go right in these final 2 minutes plus for them. I think they have to be thinking onside kick here, and we know how difficult those are to recover.
The extra point up and good. And the lead is trimmed down to 10.
49ers 35.
2 scores down, 2 timeouts at their disposal. This is a critical onside kick. And the Bills are going to recover. The risk-reward of the onside kick, when you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling. And whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things, now they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
Here's Fields. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Ready? 70 Lions.
Now a handoff for Dobbins. Yeah, maybe a little over pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line. 73 yards on the ground here for Dobbins, and a first down coming up.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
18, Pioneer. Mustang 19.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Stephanie Warriors. 60 by 70 Rangers. 70 Rangers. 79 Broncos. Ready?
All eyes on Fields. And this will be incomplete.
Intended for number 87. Incomplete. He was defended by Tuli.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
Come on. Set. Go.
Now Fields. And that will be incomplete. And he's certainly not a guy that drops that football very often.
Indeed, because that's a bit of a surprise. I know he's in the middle of some traffic and people, bodies all around him, but he usually has the focus to haul that one in.
For the field goal, a 42-yard attempt.
And his kick is good. And the Bills will add on to their lead. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but it's still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
And bulldozing his way through. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. This is 1st and 10.
44. Ready. Watch it up. Hey, 21's here.
Now Tua. Throw left side is complete on the diving effort. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down.
19 yards.
Ready.
First down, 49ers.
Throwing Tua. That's going deep for Bateman. And this is caught. Touchdown. Rashad Bateman. 48 yards. And the 49ers are back within a score. Extra point splits the uprights. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. So a minute and change to go, and this is going to be an onside kick. I think the Niners got it back. Yes, San Fran recovers. So they've accomplished half the mission, Charles. They get the onside kick. They do need a touchdown here, but they've got some time to do it.
In the excitement, there's no need to press. Plenty of time. They have the opportunity. Now they just need to execute and finalize things.
Here's Tua. Got his man, Dell. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
Let's face it, this defense has had its share of struggles all game long, and they know that they can put it all behind them if they defend well here in the 2-minute drill. Excellent coverage right there to force the incompletion.
60 Maverick. Panther Warriors 70.
He's back to throw. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
Back-to-back incompletions, but we know this is definitely 4-down territory. Time not on their side. I don't think they want to try and get the first down in 2 installments. I think they got to go and get it right here, right now.
They'll look to throw. He's going to let this go for the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown. And they're an extra point away from taking the lead here in the final minute. Extra point attempt to follow here. The rain making this treacherous, but the extra point is good, and with it, it'll give them the lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
The Bills take over first and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Here's 1st and 10.
Come on. Set. 19, Charger, 19.
Back to throw, Fields. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he's going to get out of bounds with the first down, so that's going to double their pleasure for sure. They get the first and save a timeout.
Let's go now. 60 Bison, 67 Pirates, 7 Pirates. 79 Broncos, 18 Rattler, 18 Rattler.
Here's Fields. That one into the hands of Flowers. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game. Well, this offense still has the one timeout here, remember. 1st and 10.
Viking, 18, Pioneer. Ready.
Back to throw. That'll be complete to Dobbins. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it.
Gain of 23 more yards. That's another Bills first down. 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
And now they're going to get the timeout. So a huge play has them in field goal range with a chance to possibly send this one to OT. And now this game's going to come down to the right leg of their kicker. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. So on is their kicker, and it's down to this. Footing obviously an issue in the driving rain. This one for the win. And his kick is indeed good. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. And you know, in an era of cost-cutting and maximizing your roster, this is a club that does not skimp on special teams, and in these situations, it pays dividends.
And that's great vision by the organization. When the difference between winning or losing depends on who you have kicking the ball, would you rather have a street free agent out there or a solid pro like this? Answer's pretty evident to me.
Well, this one, partner, was fun down to the very end. They got the points late, right before the whistle. Then the ensuing kickoff. They were hoping for magic on the other side, but couldn't get that spark.
Fun if you won, and fun for us, because we got to watch it and call it. That magic that you were talking about didn't occur at the end, but what a game all the way through.